You might assume a variable ND filter means choosing between light control and cutting glare, but the NEEWER 77mm 2-in-1 filter says you can have both. It combines a variable ND filter with a circular polarizer, which is the spec that quietly contradicts the usual either-or choice. You're on location at midday, trying to get that silky water shot without blowing out the sky. The variable ND filter cuts between 1 and 5 stops of light, which means you can keep your shutter open longer without cranking the aperture to f/22. And the CPL part, the polarizer, cuts reflections off water or a window in the same spin. It's a camera filter for the person who's tired of swapping pieces of glass every time the light shifts. So before you buy, the thing to check is your lens thread size. This is a 77mm filter. The listing is very clear on that, which is a relief because it's the one spec you absolutely cannot get wrong. The engineering trade-off here is between a single filter's convenience and the potential for image degradation. NEEWER chose to stack the functions, and the spec sheet points to the 30 layers of nano coatings on both sides of the HD optical glass to manage that. Reflectivity is under 0.1%, which in practice means less flare and ghosting when you've got two optical elements working together. It's a camera filter designed to solve two problems without doubling your kit bag. The frame is CNC machined aluminum alloy with an ultra-slim design. That 2mm profile, and the fact the front is larger than the back, means you're less likely to get vignetting on a wide-angle lens. They call out no dark cross shadow specifically, which is their way of saying they solved the X pattern issue cheaper variable. NDs have a problem so common it gets a bullet point of its own. The frame has laser-etched marks from ND2 to ND32, so you can repeat a setting. And it's water-resistant, which for a filter mostly means you can wipe off rain or spray, not that you should submerge it. The honest trade-off is who it's for. If you need more than 5 stops of light reduction, this isn't your filter. ND32 is the ceiling here. For longer exposures in brutal daylight, you'd need a fixed, darker ND filter, like an ND 64 or ND 1000. But for most daylight motion blur and reflection control, 5 stops covers a lot of ground. And who should skip it? Anyone with a lens that isn't 77mm. There's no adapter in the box, so that spec is non-negotiable. If you're still watching, you're the kind of person who reads the compatibility note first. This channel is built on that assumption. What the listing shows is a focus on eliminating known pain points. They mention no dark cross and ultra slim because those are the failure points of a bad variable, ND. The emphasis is on control and lack of defects. What they never mention is weight, but with an aluminum frame, it's not going to be the issue. The part they stay quiet on is how it handles extreme angles of light. The 0.1% reflectivity claim is for the coating, not a guarantee for every backlit situation. When you look at the price and next step, is it worth? It comes down to one question. Is it cheaper to live with carrying one filter that does 2 jobs well enough, or to own 2 separate filters that each do 1 job perfectly? The link is in the description, so you can check what it is sitting at right now and decide if the